Yo, welcome. So just before this flight takes off, we'll just quickly run down what happened in the last Clan Wars League that has just finished, and we are starting from scratch tonight. Let's have a look at the statistics. Omon, Seko, and Hazi, ridiculous frags, but nothing comes close to Omond. It's almost ridiculous. 47 kills for Omond, and yeah, SAS were in first place, 256 points. Animal Lions, 164 points. GOG Tartarus, 153 points. Fapex Voodoo, 4th place, 135 points. Incognito Blue, 134 points, 5th place. ZPX Elite, 113 points, 6th place. Team Incognito, 99 points, 7th. 10 Gunners, 8th place, 93. 9th place RAF Blue, 82. And 10th place the Elves won with 58. So that was the end of the last Clan Wars. Just looking here, where's the info? How the league will work. Every clan can register 2 teams at the beginning of the season to participate. They all have to register in a clan and team name. The team, you must associate 3 player names, 2 changes per season max, to allow for players at hot clans. 1 team and 2 backups. At least one of these must play to accumulate lead points. So 1 team leader and 2 backups. And if some of those main team aren't in, you will lose some points. But it's all about keeping that core team the same, which you are allowed to edit throughout the league. Points will be accumulated throughout the RP season. 3 tables will be kept: top team, top clan, top fragger. Me and Highland Wolf throughout the night. You there, buddy?
I am.
Hey.
I was waiting.
Me and Highland Wolf throughout each night will decide a top bot of the night and a top player of the night. So it could be one really good play. And the bot is just kind of a joke award. It's just something funny that happens, something stupid, something dumb, someone nading themselves, someone falling off a bike, someone that suffers a death by a glitch, anything like that's top bot award. Someone
motorcycling into a compound or into a full enemy team, into a wall.
Oh no, he had no choice, mate. That's his excuse. He had no choice. He had to. I explained that he could have gone and hid behind the tree, but that's not the same.
Nope, clearly not.
Not quite. But yeah, so that was actually. You might have seen in the awards in the bottom right there. It said "Bot of the Night, not Ducky." He's in denial. He was not the bot, but that's what happens when you make the person Bot of the Night who actually makes the league tables.
It's a little bit biased, just a little bit. Going into this first game, though, we are on the Miramar map, heading into this desert for game number 1, and we see a fairly good plain path here, Bigfoot, going over the side of El Pozo, Monte Nuevo, Los Leones, even down to that south, where we actually see more teams starting to drop down in the southern areas when we do see a plain path go this way of the likes of Porto Paesio, and also down to those southern compounds at the edge of the ocean there.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'm just updating one thing on the stream that I forgot to.
No problem.
I had to rush in some food. So if you can just keep us going now, I'll tell you where I am. I'm with FA on the small screen, and on the big screen, I am currently with Pen Omen at Chumacera. There's not much going on for them right now. I've just got one last little bit to edit. Sorry, just need to actually update the title of the stream.
Oh, well, that's definitely a bit of an important one there. I'm just taking a look right now when you do get back into San Martin. I'm having a little gander here between the side of Gods of Greece Tartarus as well as Animals Lions there. Animals Lions, one of these teams in the last week's scrims that put up a good fight but couldn't quite find those kills, unfortunately. Perhaps we'll be able to rack up a number here against this first team against the side of Gods of Greece. But Gods of Greece equally a team that cannot be slept on.
Yeah, Gods of Greece, they want that top spot this season. They want to take it from SAS. SAS came out of nowhere and dominated the league. And I think I've heard it out the horse's mouth. Zeus himself did say this season is theirs.
Well, there we go. And we'll have to see how they do, because unfortunately they do seem to have one member down. Atlas is fallen and knocked over. Perseus also very low. So not perhaps as greatest start that Gods of Greece and Zeus, the captain of this team, would have liked to see in his first Miramar map. But definitely going to be interesting to see if they can take down the side of Animals Lions. Not going to be an easy target, however. SAS also in this first game, these first scrims, once again going to try retain their title and defend them from being dethroned.
Ooh, Chaos doing his best, but yeah, Rebel does go down. Looks like Hazi and Matas are coming in now. And Gods of Greece and AMZ are both aware that this is a popular drop for both teams. It looks like they kind of wanted to contest this for the season, maybe. Start off here with some contention. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the rest of Gods of Greece just retreat now. It's literally just Zeus and Perseus, and they can't be losing placement points like this so early on, and we can't yet. We can see Zeus and Perseus heading off to some separate compounds, and Hacienda del Patron to try and get some more loot in there. Cheers, Argus, for the fire spell. That's someone else from Gods of Greece there supporting. So as they make their retreat, let's drop down to last season's winners. In Puerto Parezo, we do have SAS here, and they are up against RAF. Anyone that takes out SAS early on in this league is going to be pretty happy with themselves, and it should hopefully upset the leaderboards coming through. But as we see Omond, last season's top fragger, taking down Rob, it might be easier said than done.
Yeah, the side of RAF there, unfortunately, falling down into the compound. I imagine they don't quite want to do here. Sid also going down to Omond as they pick themselves up a second knock up here. And RAF really going to be struggling in the start of the game. Brooks and Marceau, the only two alive right now. Marceau trying to find Omond, does find that knock up there, but Marceau has to reload. Goes inside the building for a little bit of cover here. Has to watch the flank behind them. SES surrounding Marceau, takes the high ground now.
Diepuck there, getting sprayed down by Marceau too. Counterfire from Sicko coming in. Doesn't tickle Marceau, but Marceau's time is running out as the revs come in, and that is Marceau getting shot down on the way out the window. SAS still on top. No one's stopping them yet.
Yeah, perhaps the side of Lions Hearts UK can find the kills onto SAS. They are close by in Puerto Parezo, so perhaps find that 4 kills that all the teams are going to be looking for on that kill feed. Taking down SAS going to be a vital step for each of these teams if they want to take the top spot in this next season.
Completely different dynamic, Wolf? In this league setting, 3 matches every week for the entire RP season, there's a lot of different meta that comes into play, such as taking out the leading squads, hunting them down, and trying to finish them off early. Sometimes you might even be better off just like, say San Martin, for example, popular drop spot for AMZ and Gods of Greece there. Sometimes Penetrate go down there too. And you might want to hunt these teams down and try and take them out early to take those 20 points, chicken dinner points off them.
Yeah, definitely going to be, as you say, teams going to be targeting down each other based on perhaps the last league season's results here. And this is, as you say, going to be very different because it's not just about the 3 games that we see over the one night and getting the chicken dinners in that one day. It's about making sure you're consistent as a team and your synergies on point throughout a number of weeks here as you try gain points over several different scrims.
Very difficult to get the advantage that SAS got last season. They really did smash it. The odds are obviously in their favour for this season after last season's performance, but AMZ, Gods of Greece, they were second and third, but not actually that hot on the tail of SAS points-wise.
Definitely have to agree there. I mean, nowhere near the points that they had, but they definitely have the potential. Now these 2 teams, Gods of Greece, as we say, and Animals Lines, are going to be looking with this reset to try booster and bolster themselves up here in tonight as the first night of this new season. Looking around the rest of the map, however, going to be a number of teams here also going to be looking for the side of the top end of the leaderboard here. And as these teams close in as well, perhaps even the side of it will be actually Pen Gunners here, moving into zone right near beside the side of Animals Lines.
Shboydy is a new member of Penetrate coming over from Dream Team. Jumping back down to SAS though, we have Diepuck smashing down Matitsu. Matitsu's game starting off being destroyed by Diepuck's AKM there. And another thing we must mention about the league format is morale retention. just because you lose one game, you know, you can't let the morale get to you. You've got to keep your morale up for the entire season.
Yeah, unfortunately, morale going to be a bit under pressure here as Master Alex goes low. Matisu, as we say, already down. So they are down to this 3 versus 4 matchup against SAS. Now up to 5 kills, their squad. They're going to look for these final kills and try take down the side of actually Lionheart UK here before they can recuperate as a team and form up as this 3-man powerhouse that Lionheart's going to be looking to do here. Angel trying to snipe down Danny and Sicko there, but delays it a little bit, unfortunately, and misses the opportunity there for Danny and Sicko pinned right beside each other. Omon looking for the road here against Angel. Angel now goes down to Omon with the spray. Angel going to be taking a big chunk of damage, even while being knocked up here. Going to deny that rev up from their teammates, deny the time that they had, perhaps. And actually, with the rest of these kills going over to Sicko as well, onto Fenatos, it will be Lionhearts now out in 16th place as well. A second squad wipe here, going for the side of SAS already, up to 8 kills.
Yeah, so that means they've started off the season as far ahead, technically, like relatively, as they were at the end of last season. They're 8 points ahead now of everyone else on 1 or 2 or 5. Or no, there's not even a 5 point anywhere right now. Animal Lions are on 2. So they're 4 times ahead of Animal Lions already at the start of this. And if they can just keep this momentum going, it's going to be a little bit depressing for the other teams. And the other teams will be seeing this in the kill feed already. Like, what? We've only just started, and SAS at 8 kills ahead again.
I tell you what, though, I'm looking at this airdrop, and Catnip's about to pick up an AWM right now, as well as an AUGA3 there, as well as a helmet and vest here for these teams. 20 bullets for that AWM, and we see perhaps a little bit of contention over it, as now also Fallen Angels coming in with the buggy here.
Yeah, Fallen Angels signing up to Clan Wars over the past few weeks, now getting stuck in. I don't know the team too well to judge how they move and to really give you an idea of their history, but really looking forward to get to know some of these teams that have signed up right at the start of this season and who will be playing out throughout the whole thing. Fallen Angels, I think they joined the season a little bit too late last time to get high standing, so it's going to be good for them to be involved in this one from the start.
Going to be difficult for Fallen Angels here to come up against now an AWM on the side of Z Paradox. Be interesting to see which player they put it on, however. If it did actually go over to Catnip here, but Fallen Angels making an aggressive maneuver down to the side of Z Paradox as they close in around him from different angles here. Catnip now taking a far strafe around with separated from the rest of their team, perhaps going to look for an angle onto Litoms. Chickens there also driving in a little bit closer.
I'm going to test run one new idea I've had for tonight with the replays.
Okay.
Considering we didn't get audio last time,
yes,
I might check back on the recorded file, but the thing with that is it's going to have us talking in it. So we would actually have to mute it still. It's a pretty tricky situation I'm in right now. The game clipping on Windows can't clip the audio from the emulator for whatever reason.
Yeah, unfortunately, you'd have to just take the game sound and separate the game sound from our audio feed as well. So that's going to be a little bit more tricky to do, as you say, with the emulator there, but unfortunately not working. Back in the game, however, it does look like the side of Fallen Angels have just backed off a little bit. They haven't found that angle that they were looking for against Z Paradox. And understanding that Z Paradox must have already picked up that loot drop as well, they're not going to be able to go for it. We see also the Gods of Greece here kind of pinning down Genesis Bananas in Impala on this western side of the map. That's to say that Zeus actually just going to rotate back and decide not to take on the full squad of Genesis.
So looking like this western side is going to be a little bit popular for most squads coming in at this west side. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams on the west side and 5 on the right. So we can hope to keep the chaos high. We could hope for a easterly shift, keep these western teams keep moving on their feet. Both penetrate teams are pretty close to each other. It could be interesting to see a penetrate versus penetrate fight. But right now we're going to jump up to Z Paradox as Katie's just gone down.
Yeah, here we go. And keeping an eye on the side of Z Paradox. So it looks like there will be 2 Z Paradox teams in tonight. So unfortunately, I don't have the list here, as they do look like they are substitute teams coming in here. So don't have their full name. I'll have to have a look at them after this first game. But for now, we'll just call them Z Paradox because that is a team that they in the community that they are running for right now. Katie, though, with the smokes here, and it looks like they're going to try engage onto the side of RPG here. Baz also throwing a grenade over, trying to find one onto Ant-Man. They're going to miss there with that second grenade. Perhaps finds the third a little bit closer towards Luke and Ant-Man. Katie going to actually take them down there as Paul Baz steps out a little bit too far now, getting the spray against them. They will be down in a very open position. Paul Baz likely to go down here for RPG. A little bit too aggressive there with the nades. Kiki with the cover fire on this hill, though. Actually behind them, though, Kata makes that flank round and takes down another. Now Matko also down. Kiki the only one alive. Kiki looks like they could fall to Kata right now. They can't quite find that long-range spray against them.
Kata starts to pre-fire that area without an exact location, but it does get finished off by a grenade there. The full squad wipe does go to Z Paradox, the final nade coming from Z Paradox Love. And I tell you what might be easier for us and the viewers, if maybe we just call them Z Paradox 23, because the viewers might not know which name we're using either. It could be easier for us to say, and it could definitely be easier for the viewers to understand exactly which one we're talking about instead of using their specific names.
Sounds like a plan here, but down also on Minister Bar. We see actually Penn, one of these squads here, going up against the side of actually another substitute here in Ink. They're moving in. King goes down, but not for taking down Amber. Alexa also down as well. Lucifer looks like the only one alive here to take on the Penn squad.
Skeleton just getting a cheeky first in there. You might want to first the other one just to stop them passing information on, pal. Oh no, that's King. That's King. Don't burst King. Not that you can anyway. But yeah, chase down Lucifer. Maybe this might be your last chance, Skeleton. Maybe get that heal on, but you cannot be backstabbed right now without getting
Lucifer
a rev.
trying to make it round the edge of this mountain here. Does look like they're healing up a little bit here, but not before they may just get backstabbed here by the side of Penny. Be watching out not to go too far above this hill and seem to be just going to heal up right now. Try wait and see if Penn actually go forward with this engagement. Perhaps try find an angle against Penn if possible, if Lucifer's being a little bit more aggressive. The Uzi takes down the next teammate, and Lucifer the only one now alive for the side of Ink. Now 14 teams alive here as we're approaching a 17-minute mark, and this zone very shortly going to shift down. Teams going to have to rotate to where this new safety area is.
Yeah, it looks like Lucifer's managed to get away pretty sneakily, and does take Skeleton straight down. Might be able to get Lancelot too. Now the first is going to... Whoa, the first... Nice, finally some cover fire there from King. Does actually stop the first coming on Skeleton, but Lucifer could maybe try and blow these vehicles up. Holding an M249 and an M4. If there's enough ammo, that's a lot of damage to be dealt, but the covering fire from Penetrate right now is keeping Lucifer back from getting the full squad wipe from this lower ground.
Lancelot almost going down there, but a snipe there going down against King onto Lucifer. Just gets absolutely melted into the ground. And Ink go down in 14th position. That looks pretty spicy.
Go on, Pen. I mean, I did not catch that from King's side, but the camera angle you get on the spectator when someone gets taken out by a headshot, how it zooms into the sniper is just beautiful. So we didn't get to see that shot from the sniper's side, but it sounded and looked great, and I'm pretty sure that was a headshot takedown.
There's a one-shot, one kill either way, but in this zone, we still have Z Paradox 6, if we'll call them by the numbers here, versus the side of Fallen Angels. Still gonna take a little bit of a skirmish between these two teams, but also comes another Ink squad coming in. Actually, what should I say? Ink trio here as Bid Megard and Quevash move closer into this zone to the left of both of these teams.
Oh my days! I haven't actually checked the Discord. I told you GOG said they were going to win, but I didn't realize it went as far as Perseus saying you're going to get wrecked this season. Yeah, he says, "You there, mate?" and tags Omond. Omond says, "What's up?" Perseus says, "You're going to get wrecked this season."
Oh, spicy talk here, but we're gonna have to see how it plays out in this first game and actually decide or will be Team Incognito Blue. They're going to be surrounding the side of the Z Paradox Legends here. Being very cautious as this invasion comes in on this compound on Los Leones. The teams squashing together right now. Another loot drop as we actually see the side of Pen Gunners on this south end. Also SAS on the west, is including also Genesis Bananas on that western side. But in this top side, the top western side here, we also have to keep an eye out between Animals Lions and also the side of ZPX Elites.
Yeah, a lot of teams making it to the last zone, and this is going to increase and increase as these leagues get more serious. Another thing about the league standings, it makes everyone take it a little bit more seriously in the long term. So say you have one bad game, the scores still count towards the league, so you've always got to be trying for the win. So there's no giving up halfway through. It does keep people's intention to win and intention to get that chicken dinner higher up on their priorities.
Yeah, it's a real shame when we do see teams unfortunately have a couple bad games, the first two games or so, and then decide to leave when it's still 50% of the matches and 50% of the score points still to be available for these teams. And to see them quit early on, we can't have this going on in these multi-day competitions or multi-week competitions here in the case of the Pen Scrims. So these teams are going to have to stick around because anything could change. And even the results here today don't really matter in the whole scheme of things if another team later down the line gets a mad number of kills and points together.
Yeah, that's definitely right. And it will improve the overall quality of these scrims as time goes on. But that is Kata and Ant-Man down. AMZ Animals dominating again. Maybe also trying to overtake SAS here. Well, not maybe, sorry. Definitely trying to overtake SAS in this standing tonight. And as they take down two members of Z Paradox, they do start spraying down on the rest. Looking at the map, though, this area in the southeast is getting more and more congested. You got RPG and Penetrate down in the deep south. SAS are actually gatekeeping a road that Gods of Greece almost came in on, but actually now rotating further south, possibly to come across Penetrate. Let's have a check of the Penetrate team with Omen just going down.
See a mad number of kills going here on Devious's squad right now. Pen game over, trying to find a couple of angles against the side of RPG VOGs here. They're up 2 kills. Omen is knocked up, trying to find a revive there, but you have to be aware of the fact that Python still has that angle onto Oman, reviving also Balor there. So now they're going to be back up to 2 members and have 2 different ways to cover the side of Pen as they engage into this team. Animal Lions in that kill feed also finding one onto Love. So it'll only be Catty in that northwestern side.
Molly's coming out towards RPG, but they are already on the retreat and they will get sprayed down by Cons. And Devious. Gons and Devious took one each. It's almost like they communicated which one to spray down there in perfect coordination. And both of them go down with Penetrate still standing. But now we have a Gods of Greece duo coming into the area. Will Zeus instigate any fights with considering they're only a duo right now? Or will Zeus be avoiding fights until the last zone and going for those placement points? The way they ran away from that early confrontation in San Martin does show that they're very keen to keep their points up. And as you should be in a league setting, every match you do not want to be getting squad wiped on your drop. If a couple players go, get the retreat happening and push forward. Let the other teams get wiped out first.
Definitely have to agree there. And Zeus and Perseus as that duo are going to be going up against a very strong squad in the side of Pen game over here. The host squad right now. And we see as they take, unfortunately, down the side of the enemy's set of RPG DOGs. They are not to be messed with now, up to 4 kills as well. We have to keep an eye out on that northern hill just above the side of Pen game over of ZPX Legends. overlooking the side of Pen and also Incognito Blue.
It does look like Zeus is going to start instigating a fight while SAS Omond starts to wipe out Genesis. More kills for Omond. That's 2 knocks for Omond. And a finish there from Danny's headshot. Car98. What an excellent double angle there on the small screen.
Skeleton. A grenade death from Danny.
Sorry?
A grenade death from Danny onto Nick89 there. Almost finds it.
Yeah, it looks like they're smashing through that squad. And I have just seen Zeus pull up on the Penetrate squad here. Zeus had a chance to backstab Skeleton, but looks like they didn't take it just yet. Zeus may be trying to still just keep that survival going. Zeus and Perseus, the GOG duo, trying to get into this top 5 right now.
Here is we see the animals lines here rotate towards the southern end of this zone. Pat's going to look for a little bit more kills, or just even decide to stay in this compound. They're trying to find a squad of Pen gunners from that range. These teams just going to rotate in towards this eastern and southern side. Is where we're going to find that congestion in the fight between multiple teams. Fallen Angels going to have to defend against side of Incognito Blue. And it's the side of Pen game over. They're now in this zone. They're finding a little bit of trouble here up against the side of ZPX. As ZPX Legends try pin down. The squad of Cons as well has been knocked down. So they're going to lose 1 member here. Game over. They're not going to be happy about being pinned down by their Paradoxes. They came down from that high up point on the hill.
Cons got taken down and does get finished off by Playzone. Devious running back might have cost him his life. As the zone does start to eat through Devious's health. I hope Devious can make it to the zone right now, as it does look like Penetrate smashing down Penetrate on the edge of zone there. But this is what Clan Wars is all about. There ain't no teaming here. Penetrate taken down at the edge by Penetrate.
Yeah, GOG also finding 1 there as well from the crate. Incognito Blue trying to be firsted down there also by Fallen Angels in the edge of this zone as well, by Wisdom on the edge of this eastern side. And also the fighting on the map going to be happening down on the southern side as well on ZPX Legends here. Going to be interesting to see which team we're going to be having to take a look at.
Zeus just gets revved, does have a med kit to take. That's an interesting skin irons in that helmet. Yeah, Zeus Madness. That is lush. Wow, one of the best level 3 helmets yet, that is. Anyway, skins aside, tactics forefront, looking like the zone has shifted quite far away from these teams in the south. And they are going to come across each other as they make their way north. Penetrate actually already unknowingly cutting off Gods of Greece route in, whilst Zed Paradox might also head a little bit west and create this triple threat here on the south side of the edge of zone. SAS have rotated round the north. They're on to 12 kills now, if I count correctly. Let me check on them. Yep, they're on 12. That's 3 squad wipes I've seen for them throughout the night. Really already dominating this league before it's barely got off the ground.
Yeah, we see a number of these teams kind of run into zone. Zeus also trying to find an angle there for the side of Gods of Greece on the western side, moving into that south end of the zone. King, Howard from Pen Young Guns, perhaps going to try find an angle there from the snipe. They're not going to be able to find anything onto the side of Gods of Greece. They will be also between also the side of their Pen Gunners here. Menace going to be first down by King. Now the reload as Vish tries to step out and recover for a teammate.
This is funny. They've got 3 squads in, so of course this is going to happen. This crazy pen versus pen stuff. Maybe better off not putting 3 squads from your own clan inside a scrim, just to maybe keep that internal clan violence down. Oh, that is Gods of Greece gone down to AMZ, so that is a bit of a grudge match in this top 3, and it's already underway right now. We did see AMZ wipe out half of Gods of Greece at the start. We saw Zeus and Perseus spend the whole match running away and avoiding fights, and then they pull up in this warehouse and get finished off by SAS. Kind of funny stuff there.
Yeah, unfortunately there they did not really have anywhere to go in the south end, as well as going towards the west. They do just find and run into the side of the animals' lines. The inside lines, they're not where you want to be going. But as we see now, 6 teams remaining with 20 minutes into this game, and about 40 seconds before this zone starts to close in on these teams. So a final little bit of time before these teams really going to have to put the guns out and to work against the enemy squads moving in. This team here, the only team inside the zone, Fallen Angels, trying to find that high ground. Chicken's trying to reposition, get an angle on these teams, as well as Lutom's Diablo also trying to find one onto lobby. Man does actually find one knock and kill there. Fallen Angels doing a little bit of work, also wisdom from that mountainside.
Just going to check my stream a second. I've got reports that I'm not streaming. I know I am. I don't know. I know I should be.
I hope so. Either way, though, the action continues here.
Yep, we're streaming. Someone else has got a problem, not me.
Yeah, I can hear myself in the background there.
Sorry.
That's very weird. Wisdom here trying to find up against Incognito Blue, Klevash and Visma trying to... grenade might actually just go down here from Wisdom. Very aggressive onto dropping that grenade onto the faces of Klevash. A little bit of a drop there. Klevash going down to about half health. Wisdom trying to drop another. Second one will perhaps do the trick onto Vidma. Just going to playing with them from this high ground. And Fallen Angels with his high ground advantage. It's going to be very difficult for these teams to come up against them. This early rotation here. Klevash has to be careful though. Playing a high grenade here against Wisdom. Has to be careful he doesn't chuck the grenade into the air and back onto himself.
Oof, nades down towards Psycho, but don't actually do the damage. Psycho and Diepuck still alive for SAS. SAS ranked up to 13 kills. Now they've got one extra on their way in, but more important than their kills right now is pushing forward for placement points. They've got such a happy number with the kills. They just need to keep moving forward out above this top 4, but Litums does take Psycho down with a beautiful nade there from the high ground. Can they push?
Another grenade coming over. Perhaps finds Diepuck if it gets the right angle here. Lissum's the grenades for days here from Fallen Angels. Yeah,
they've got a lot of grenades. Penetrate having a hard time getting up. This is the Young Guns, I believe, and I mean, I'm assuming these are the youngest players in my clan, and I'm assuming that's the name they got.
It makes sense, for sure.
I haven't checked the lineup, but this must be the Young Guns. And they are the last remaining Pen clan, and they've made it towards the edge of the mountain here. But look at that nade from Skeleton. Wow. I haven't actually been clipping because I had a plan that I also realized halfway through wouldn't work, but I'm going to clip that nade for Skeleton there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Skeleton now rotating in against Incognito Blue, also on this low ground here. And the mountain really just proving a massive foe against the side of Fallen Angels right now. Even if they do find those nades here against the side of Fallen Angel, it does look like Skeleton also falls down to Kevash there. So a 1-for-1 trade, but unfortunately, Skeleton will be going down. Not before the side of actually Pen do take down the side of Incognito Blue, however, with the support of their teammates here, Skeleton back up onto the ground. But Fallen Angels still with that high ground advantage. SAS do seem to have a little bit of pressure here, but Psycho, as I say, that goes instantaneously down to Diablo.
I don't think there's any way out here for Pen. I think Fallen Angels should send a team member down, get these kills so the blue zone doesn't. They do want to jump down and finish this up right now. They've managed to clear out the rest of the lobby, and this is what we were saying earlier on. Good to see. It would be good to see how Fallen Angels play out throughout this league. They joined late last time, as far as I'm aware, and they've came into this first match of the first league today. They're on 5 team kills, but look at them. They're about to get a chicken dinner. If they don't go down there and get those points, looks like Wisdom is finally. If they don't go down here and get these points, then the blue zone will. So yeah, Lancelot does go down to Wisdom, and now there's only one more to get as they start jumping down.
Yeah, here we go. The run down for his final kill, and King not going to be able to do anything against that full squad, running them down. And that will be the first game going over to the side of Fallen Angels. A very good game in rotational plays there from the side of Fallen Angels. As not only in that late game, but secure himself the only team to be in that zone and in the high ground against the teams who had to make it up against this massive wall. It was the mountain to get into that final play area, but also earlier on, not deciding to engage against the side of ZPX, who had that AWM just picked up. It would be very easy to try Russian, but understanding that he didn't really know what was inside that loot drop, and rightly so didn't try to engage in that open field against that massive tier 1 weapon.
Yeah, and just looking through these points, I'll add them up and say them out loud for you. Fallen Angels in first place there with 7 kills. And Young Guns, who, that's strange. I thought they only had 3 players, and it says 4 here. I'm going to have to check if there was a bug there. Or have I made a mistake? But yeah, they're in second place with 12. Skeleton with 8. Nice one, Skeleton. That is actually so far the highest of the night, I think. And I would so far also like to award Skeleton the play of the match for that grenade up the mountain. That's a blind grenade using...
Yeah.
Just using the audio location. And throwing it up there and getting that was really talented.
Yeah, very smart. And I also want to applaud as well Fallen Angels with that grenade, really putting the pressure onto the side of SAS, onto Psycho. That was an amazing grenade through the window. Couldn't even see with the angle that we were taking it from in that first person perspective, down against SAS. So SAS really struggling, unfortunately, in this first match just to find himself that chicken dinner. But nevertheless, he do secure himself, I do believe, the most amount of kill points in the game with 9, 12, 13 kills there. Just one ahead of the side of Penn Young Guns there on 12 in second place. So high kills, high points going over to these top 3 teams, going to be very important moving into the second and third games. Who will be able to take the top spot? Because if it does come down once again to the side of Fallen Angels, Penn Young Guns, and SAS, it's going to be interesting to see, based on the kills, then who takes that top spot.
Continue with these scores here. We can see SAS in 13. 13 kills in third place. Incognito, 2 kills, 4th place. Level 1, 1 kill, 5th place. AMZ Animals, 9 kills, 6th place. Z Paradox, 1 kill, 7th. Gods of Greece, 1 kill, 8th. Penn, Spoily Vision Menace, 1 kill, 9th. Penn Game Over, I think. I need to get these off by heart, I'm sorry. 4 kills in 10th place. Genesis, no kills, 11th. Z Paradox, Ant-Man's team, which I'm guessing is the main team. I think Ant-Man's the clan leader there, and that's 5 kills in 12th. RPG, 0 kills, 13th. The other Incognito team, 1 kill, 14th. The other RPG team, no kills, 15th. Lionhearts, Animals, no kills, 16th. And RAF, no kills, 17th. So quite a heavy concentration of kills in some particular teams there. I'm just going to get these... screenshots on one here. Get this webcam up for you. A weird way of doing this webcam. The Discord window, it has to be exactly the same size every time.
Oh yeah.
Because your webcam changes size depending on how big my Discord is. So get that in there. Get you fitting in there. I'm in my car still, mate. Maybe I might change my background.
I hope so. I hope so that you're still in that car, but you should change it depending on which map put on.
Oh, right, the background.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah, I don't know. I might get like a better car as well. I quite like a Dodge Challenger or a Dodge Charger. I wonder if I can get
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't quite do that. I can't quite find that. I can't just switch my car out. So
I can. I have the power of raw, mate. You saw my
I saw that YouTube video. I watched it earlier on this afternoon. Oh man, you so jinxed him. You so jinxed him.
I wonder how many views I got on that. That was the fastest growing clip I've uploaded yet. 169 views in one day. I did spam it a few places. It's too funny.
Yeah, I saw it on the Discord there. I feel so bad for the players there. Obviously, unfortunately, when you do jinx them as a caster, but it's so funny as well just to watch them and just feel like you have that effect on the live game, even though you've not actually got any effect at all.
Yes, the caster's curse actually doesn't exist, but it's very easy to believe it does with some of the stuff that comes out of our mouths then happens inside the game.
Definitely agree. It just shows we're absolutely perfect at predictions there as well, Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. There's quite a few things I've called that have been the opposite. But I'm just going to delete those from the YouTube archive. You know, like there's some PUBG players.
Just make it look perfect, and then it goes to this point.
Some PUBG players would run their YouTube channels and they upload 1v1s, but when they lose a 1v1, they don't upload it. Now, I don't know if you know Sixless. He's also a Trovo partner, an American player, really good. He had to quit his tier 1 team for some sort of toxicity against Indian players he did on Twitter. So then he ended up signing to Trovo to be a content creator. Anyway, he uploads the 1v1s. Whether he wins or loses, no matter what, you know, he's got no desire to whitewash his YouTube channel into just wins. I really respect that. It's more about the play. I would like to see a player's game if I like the player, whether they win or lose.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's so important that as a content creator, you're honest, and that honestly you upload a bad game or a good game as well, because it's so easy these days to edit it out and show only your best clips, your best kill streaks, and your best firsts in these games.
I mean, if you're making a cut, like an edit, you know, you can be a little bit more biased with that because the cut and the edit is all about your best moments. However, I saw a cut from Nish earlier on where Nish jumps down into some smoke, trying to wipe a team out and gets backstabbed, and he still cut that into it because it was the initial part of that fight was really impressive, and he could have easily edited the death out, but he left it in, left his knock in, and kept the rest of the clip where his team finished off the squad. It was a good little clip.
Yeah, it's always important just to show the full clip and to show exactly you know, how to play the full team fight as well, because obviously when you are one of these top players, when you are making content on whatever platform you decide to make content on, that you show the players in the community that watch you just how to play through the entire team fight as well, because important to note, not as PUBG is not a solo game, it is that full 4-man squad game, and it's a team game at the end of the day, rotating as a team, making sure your positioning as a team and your skill as a team is on hand and at the best level.
Just sending those shots over to not Highland Wolf, sending them to Ducky, getting them sent over like that, and those scoreboards will be out. Duck does work full time, so they're normally out on Monday evening, but not too long to wait, and considering it's a league format, it's a seasonal scoreboard, so 24 hours it's less than 24 hours anyway, ain't too long. But as this lobby starts to fill up here, we'll just have a little look at some stats maybe. I want to have a little canoodle into a little bit of a sneak on some people's stats.
I do like myself some stats. I'll have a canoe with you.
Canoodle's not the right word. Canoodle means kissing your girlfriend. Sometimes I've sometimes found I've never had to speak this much in my life from off the cuff, and I'm starting to notice some strange things come out your mouth when you have to talk consistently. Use the wrong word like canoodle. I'm not canoodling.
Is that a word you're familiar with?
I think it exists. I think it means like lying down and cuddling someone. I mean, I'm like, maybe that word doesn't exist. Let me just see what Google's got to say about the word canoodle. Canoodle, kiss and cuddle amorously. Yeah, it does. So I'm gonna canoodle into these stats here.
Yep. I like stats, but I didn't know you liked them more, Bigfoot.
I didn't even know what I was trying to say, pal. I'm like, what was I even trying to say? I'm a little.
Well, you're trying to say something here about these stats. It's okay. It's okay. You can love these stats, Bigfoot. I'm okay with it. Don't worry.
So these are end of season stats for people. They're going to be lower than the middle season. We've got TPP for Skeleton finishing on 3.79 KD and FPP 2.65. FPP is much harder to get high KD in. I think that's important to know. Every time I've looked at a lot of players' stats, their FPP is always a lot lower, but Omond, let's have a look at our frag leader from last season. Actually, just gonna let you see this 1 second. 5.86 on TPP KD at the end of the season. With the old system, that would have been 10.25. and 4.29 KD in FPP in the old system, 5.37. But that is ridiculous. On the old system, 10.25 for Omond there. Omond actually only played 7 games though, so a lot easier to get that high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it is interesting to obviously have a look at these different stats as well, because it shows not just what we remember as casters in a couple games, but it shows that more nitty gritty stuff that sometimes you don't see, and that's what I like, especially about the replays. You know, I said this before, you get to acknowledge it and have a second look at these fights and what played out in the background. Perhaps he's not as flashy players making sure to get these kills, or perhaps just their good positioning in the background actually wins them the team fight, which perhaps we just don't quite notice put over the top of these flashy plays and high, fast-paced gun battles there.
I've been kicked from the room and I can't get back in on my iPad. That's a bit weird.
Get into the room myself, yeah. Move on to the second game. Well, 3 games tonight here, folks, as well. So 3 going to be interesting games to see just kind of how these teams will progress. And do we know what the second map is going to be? Okay, no worries.
Yo, Duck.
Yo, you need to start a game and back out.
What,
Still thinks you're in a game.
Oh, restart that game, okay. Yeah, if
Just start any game, launch it, and then leave the lobby.
Right, cheers, pal. Starting back up. Yeah, just disappeared from the lobby and then I couldn't get back in. It said incorrect password when I haven't even put a password in. Okay, cheers, mate. I'll be back in a
Says you're still in the room. No worries.
It says I'm still in the room.
Says you're still in the room. That's why you need to
Oh yeah, like
game
start
and
arcade and back out.
Otherwise, I can't. Yeah, no, I can invite you.
Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Cheers. Yeah, just a bit of a bug there. I've got to actually start a game, then quit the game, and then go back in the lobby.
Okay.
Strange stuff, but yeah.
Fast start on a sneaky game.
Stays I'm still in the room, but I'm not. Well, you know, we do call it player unknown bugs and glitches sometimes.
Oh, we're used to them. We're used to them by now.
They change every season. It's like bugs are seasonal.
They adapt. They're smart 9,000 IQ bugs there. There's the technology to adapt and change every game. You think you found all the bugs in the game, and then suddenly there's another 10 surrounding you and surrounded by the bugs and the eternal darkness of PUBG games.
Yeah, they're kind of cute sometimes, but when they affect your gameplay in a scrim setting or something, I mean, I've heard stories of people in serious leagues right now having the audio glitch. So they're up there in, like, you know, what could be a life-changing league if they win, financially, and career-wise, and then if the bugs stopping them really make it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate to see that happen to these players, and it's just also a result, unfortunately, of in these bigger leagues, but with the times that we're in just now, these uncertain times, they're not able to travel to the studios in the likes of Poland, like we see the East Leagues there going on as well right now. They're not able, these teams, to travel over and have that on-hand tech support for these bugs, perhaps, or these audio glitches.
Yeah, the world's changing fast. Sports is changing. Esports going to take over. We're in the right place, buddy.
We are in the right place.
Have you seen football recently with the fake crowd?
Oh yes, I've seen the mannequins as well.
I didn't know they had mannequins. I knew they had fake crowd sounds. Are you kidding me?
I watched. Oh yeah, they've had like mannequins. They've had like sometimes in like mannequin says.
That's a bit much, mate. Yeah.
They dress them up and everything. Just
strips. I mean, at least everyone's like.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any fights that way, is there?
Well, not unless you put the wrong mannequin in the wrong side of the stadium.
Oh, imagine. Right, gonna get on the clips this turn. Did miss them last game. I had a plan, and halfway through the game realised that it was really dumb.
oh well.
My plan made no sense, and I need to crack this. There's nothing on the internet of because the emulator I use isn't really that popular a thing. There's not really any. I don't think there's any people really desperately trying to make clips from it with games. With the Windows game thing, so I need to find another way around this. There might be another third-party app that isn't just built-in Windows clipping that I can use.
Only one that comes to mind is OBS. I don't know how OBS will work for you though. Not something I'm super familiar with, but I know is quite popular for streaming.
Okay, I'll try that. I am on OBS, and it does record it consistently. And I know the Elgato iPad capture can record from the iPad clips, but I really need the clips from the emulator because that's our main screen.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes we just can't get the clips there for you guys, but hopefully we'll figure out something soon. And I'm just kind of having a look, a little bit nosy around their Discord right now, trying to find some information on the scrims here. Trying to find out what map we're on. Obviously, we did have a Sandhawk map last week, so I'm kind of inclined to think that we could have a Sandhawk once again.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we do Vikendi too much. It's at the top. It says Erangel right now.
Oh well.
I just quickly.
That would be helpful. Yeah, I imagine it will be Erangel then, for sure.
Yeah, and then it probably
Erangel
not to finish. I don't think we're going to do too much Vikendi. We'll see. Not the most popular map. A lot of people have a lot of hate for it.
I don't. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I like playing it. I like casting it, man. I like it a lot.
I love Vikendi. Vikendi is one of those maps that is just, I find it has a good balance of the potential to be quite an evil zone, more so than these other maps. Of course, is why people hate it, having to rotate around so far sometimes just to get into a little bit of safety, even in phase 1 or phase 2 zones. But also has a nice balance of elevations there. But around the map with a little couple hills there, we've got even Mount Kresnik, we've got the castle. Interesting structure, placements, and how the structures work, especially with the likes of castle. If I'm yet to see a zone closing around castle, but I'm just waiting to see how that kind of close quarters, kind of sniper side battle will play out if we do end up getting one.
I've seen one. Maybe you weren't there for it. It was pretty intense because there was actually like a squad inside castle, 2 squads inside castle, and then 3 squads pushing in along the outside. It was, and I've had a couple in classic games as well. I've had a couple games finishing the castle too. And you're right, it is really interesting, man. You're right to look forward to it because it's something else, very unique kind of zone. We are loading in right now, so we'll just switch back over. You can turn your webcam off there if you want, bud.
I can, and I will do so. Enough of my beautiful face in the car.
I was just having a little Google there for some other backgrounds. I don't know what I'm going to choose next, to be honest. I mean, let us know in the chat, where do you think I should be casting from in my green screen webcam when I'm casting with Highland Wolf inside his car there. I can literally be anywhere in the world. Anything in the background. I could be on a hot sunny beach. I could be in a derelict. In the car, yeah. You could just call me a brand of car, and I'll try and find it. Call out like I think Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, 2 of the nicest cars. I'm not even sure what they're doing these days. The last one I really looked at was probably 2012 or something.
Don't get too fancy. Don't get yourself in a Bentley now or something.
Oh no, that's too much, mate. That is too much. Maybe just find a Dacia. Maybe I should just get the PUBG Dacia.
How many messages in the chat, guys, for a Bentley?
No, please don't. I will do what you ask, so please don't say Bentley. I think Dacia could be a winner. You know, just get a nice close-up shot inside a game of the Dacia.
Ferrari.
Never have that kind of money, and if I did, I wouldn't be spending it on a car.
You can, well, certainly that's the same with me. I think for me personally, there's better ways for me to spend that money than on a Ferrari.
Exactly.
Partly because I don't drive as well.
What am I even talking about? I have a driver's license.
But there's better ways to spend the money.
Okay, I'm gonna have to just click on Omond here, just see where Omond drops. Does actually look like Omond's dropping with penetrate as well. Maybe to get area. Good to see some of these teams splitting up a little bit more in the drop. Likes of RPG or Gen there, not having anyone drop with them. It doesn't really matter together, but if you're dropping with another team, it's really good and important to split up a bit. But let's have a look at this. We've got Penetrate and SAS landing in the same compound right now. This is going to be sketchy.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see the main squad from Penny up against the victors from last season. Omond now moving around with that shotgun there.
Oh dear. Tarzan and Omen right up close with them. Car 98 and the 4X is already out for Omen. This is an interesting early game, 2X, sorry, early game weapon.
Oh yeah, here we go in, looking through the window here, trying to find a little bit of an angle on making the way closer. SAS closing in. Die pick from the top side as well of the surrounding building, and it has got completely Tarzan and Omen surrounded here between Omond and Die pick.
Omond just shoots Psycho with one bullet there in the Car 98, almost taking Psycho out. Really, really getting a good start there, and with a bolt action as well. Early game bolt action skills for Omen there. Beautiful to see as Devious and Cons put in the back. Omon's almost down, but Cons is also... Wow.
Cons down is just so unfortunate. Danny is going to be able to finish that off. Devious also down as well, and now down to just Omen. Such a shame for the side of his team. Psycho desperately trying to finish it off, but Omen not going to be able to find Psycho there. A little bit of a rare miss, I think, actually, on that final shot. Psycho finishing him off, and SES take 4 kills straight away in this game, and Penn game over in the second game.
Absolute nightmare. And what are the chances out of all the weird unnamed compounds? They both choose this one to land, and that's partly what you get when you get a flight path that runs through this river, or it is the ocean, sorry, that runs through this valley of water between the two islands. You sometimes get forced into these unnamed compounds together, and although Penetrate got off to a good little start in that conflict, SAS really caught up with the shotgun and the lack of armor on Penetrate's side.
Here comes another big fight between ZPX Elite and Animals Lions. Actually, Katie finding a knock-up onto Hazy there, trying to find another onto Mattis, but so low, trying to get himself in the room there, but not going to be able to do so. Katie now down, Kata very low, and it doesn't matter now. Animal Lions will finish him off there. Almost quite had it, but with the help of Mattis and Rebel still up, they do find those 3 kills on to the side of ZPX Elite. So that main squad, I do believe, from ZPX also going to fall down. And interestingly enough, we see another Southern Zone here, and no teams once again drop into Sosnovka.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in everyone never going to Sosnovka. It's like, it's such a good place. And I'll tell you, when I get back to scrims, that's going to be my #1 drop if I can reach it. Sosnovka. A for the loot, B for the, I just love the meta of that drop, and C because I don't think anyone else is going there right now.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to see just how this region decides not to go for this southern island here at all. And even when they do, they're always so hesitant, dropping around the buildings around the edge of Sosnovka, or even just avoiding altogether this side of Noropinyoe there as well on the eastern side of this South Island. But for the 3rd time in a row here on Erangel in recent days here, Bigfoot, we do see this zone looking really similar, as we say again. And if it does start to come down to a very similar zone once again in this South Island, we could see that Eastern Bridge be a very important point for these teams to circle around, because we've seen it in the Accelerate scrims on Friday. Teams fight for these compounds on the edge of the bridge.
Yeah, this could be really interesting. We did see this 2 times in a row there. Psycho gets taken down by the red zone. No caster curse.
You missed it on that one.
I did miss it. I was actually busy watching someone that disconnected and died in the water.
Yeah, I saw that as well on the map. I
Yeah.
did wonder how he died from across, unless it's going to be the sickest snipe I've missed ever.
No, it was Lobby Man. He was downed in the water, firsting out by the water too. And yeah, Psycho's going to get that rev in from Danny there. Yeah, Devious's team going to be really annoyed with that. I just still can't believe the chances that those two squads went to exactly the same compound there. And kind of why you drop a little bit separate, and sometimes dropping later is better than first, because you've got more option to pull off. If you're dropping first, you've got to commit to the fight. If you're dropping a little bit later or a little bit differently, you can't necessarily, and dropping all together as well, it's harder to avoid that fight and leave a survivor in the match.
Yeah, exactly. Then, do you know what I'd love to see from the red zone sometimes is just to see someone get knocked and then the teammate go revive and then also get knocked and just have this stream of people coming over to try revive and continuously getting himself knocked, and just the red zone just to wipe out a team. Basically, that's what I want. I just want the red zone to brutalize one of these teams. And would be very interesting to see SBS go down to the red zone as well.
Right, calm down, mate. Brutalize. It would be hilarious, mate. It might even get more views than my last clip, especially if we cast a curse it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit aggressive with the red zone.
All right, well, let's go watch the next red zone then. Let's go watch the next red zone. Are they out in the open? Oh, he is. Marceau's out in the open and actually standing quite close to a fuel can. I'm not going to beg it. Let's not beg it. Marceau is running around though. Is the red zone going to start, or we missed it?
It's disappointment tonight, I'm afraid. So it's on strike, I think, from the last time.
It deserves a break after its performance with Cons, that's for sure.
Red zone, true MVP of PUBG.
MVP of my YouTube channel right now, I can tell you that. There we are. Here it comes in. It does look like they're mostly staying inside. Raphael actually still looting. Go on, Raphael. Take a knock. No, Raphael's going to go inside.
That's the best quote. We're going to get that gift forever. Just take a knock.
Hey, Raphael, you got to take a knock in the third round.
Oh, it's so good. So good. At the south side, though, we do see also Van Milser and Farm. The side of Lion Hearts looking like they're a little bit in trouble here against Animals Lions. The two lions going up against each other right now.
Just checking on Lucifer there, driving through as well. And I might add that the HD sounds on the motorbike are sounding pretty good. Oh, what is going on with this graphic glitch? Wait there. Okay, so yeah, we're just over here with AMZ Lions versus Lionhearts. Bit of a snipe off here. Rebel's got the sniper out, not actually landing any bolty shots just yet. That is an M24, nice powerful sniper. Quick reload time. Quick, what would you call it? It's not a reload, it's like the bolt action. Quick, the chick. Quick rebolt time. It's not reloading, it's like getting the next bullet in the chamber. The quick chick, yeah, it's a quick chick to the next gun. Next bullet. Yep. Bit faster than the Car 98 there, does a little bit more damage too.
Quick chick to take the knock. That's for sure.
Yeah, take the knock, Lionhearts. It's just one chick.
Add those sounds in.
HD sounds are sounding good though. I've actually just updated the iPad and the emulator with the HD sounds. I do prefer them. The motorbike was amazing. So I never heard it like that. But let's jump over here to this western bridge that I do see Penetrate driving past. It looks like Fallen Angels. Lancelot does get taken down there from a vehicle as Hens, Skeleton, and King drive on. Goodbye, Lancelot.
Well, Lancelot, as in the tales once said, sacrificing himself for the rest of the side. Oh, a pen at Young Guns.
And a big clash at the other bridge too. It's going to be Spoidy and co. Driving through right past AMZ in one vehicle as well. Oh my days, they're not, are they? They're not. They're not. Come on. Come on.
Spoidy taking down Hazy. One goes down. They do survive that vehicle. Very, very risky though. That vehicle was beginning to smoke.
Oh my god, so we got Kira and Rebel here trying to push in for the revenge right now. Nades are coming out from Rebel, I think. They're not upstairs, though, Rebel, so that's going to be a waste.
Oh
No, Murdoch ran upstairs! Right into the nade! As else,
no. Lionheart's looking so good.
Lionheart's third party in this as well right now. Murdoch will get firsted out, so that does just leave Vish. What are you going to do, Vish? I don't know what's up with Vish's frame rate for me, but I can't. Does get Matitsu. This is too many parties in one place right now. Lionheart's trying to third party the situation. There's Angel.
Incognito there tried going in. Also, Angel going down to Vish there with the knock-up. Gunners really just finding those angles with the gun. The grenade there going to go over onto Rebel. Trying to be a little bit sneaky, run away, but doesn't quite find it. Drop down and takes down Rebel with the bait there. This is playing out of their minds right now in this fight. Killing down Natos as well. This with a triple kill solo on Gunners right now is playing ridiculously well.
Hey, where have you been, Vish? Where has this Vish been? This was the Vish I met. This is the Vish I met. When I joined Penetrate, this is the Vish I met. I have got to be honest right now. Penetrate team last season didn't do too good. Vish pulled out a wicked victory with a few of the members in a central compound. At the end of last season, it was a second place, not a chicken dinner, sorry, but there was loads of kills for them. And, oh no, maybe it was the chicken, sorry. Second place in the entire night. And yeah, and it's nice to see Vish warming back up. A few of the other Penetrator players warming back up. And maybe this season isn't so said and done yet. Go on, Vish, my lad. If he's
warming back up, I want to see what Vish is like at full power.
Come on, Vish, do me an emote. Come on, Vish, do an emote. You know I'm watching you right now.
You know, you have to just pull off that cheeky triple kill. It's just nothing. It's just Vish warming up, apparently.
Yeah. Well, we want to see more from this, man. There's a lot of unfulfilled potential and talent in the Pen clan last season, and we would like to see that. More of this stuff coming out, but that was beautiful. That was Vish handling two teams at once. The drop shot against Rebel was phenomenal. I was too excited. I didn't even clip it. I'm so sorry. However, might be editing some other highlight reels, like a weekly highlight reel for this league. Anyway.
Well, that'd be very interesting. But down as these teams rotate to the southern end, we see Incognito Blue driving their Jeep into the water. As they chose to swim across, they did try to almost go in against Vish. Smart decision not to, seeing just how crazy Vish is done. But on this western bridge, however, Denoff's now trying to come in from the behind of Fallen Angels, going a little low, does get blown up and exploded there by Litoms. In a little bit of a mistake there from actually the side of Gen. They just lose all their team members in the entire squad. They're going way too fast and aggressive over that bridge into the side of Fallen Angels. They're now on to 5 kills and trying to find a little bit of a long range onto the side of will be Incognito.
Fallen Angels doing a good bridge camp. It's not that easy to pull off a bridge camp correctly, especially with so many teams coming past. Here comes another team, RPG pushing past. Are they in one vehicle as well? Guys.
They also fall. I mean, that's just farming kills at this point now. Up to 9 ridiculous kills there. They just got about 5 kills, 6 kills at least, actually, in about the space of 2 minutes for teams just running in with one vehicle.
This is ridiculous. Look at all this loot on this bridge right now. Can't be going forward in one vehicle like that. You just can't do it. It's especially, like, generally, it might be okay if you have to for a short distance to find another vehicle or something, but still, leave 1 or 2 players out the car just in case. And then crossing the bridge, come on. RPG have been playing long enough to know you can't cross a bridge in one vehicle like that.
SAS on its southern side, though, onto the ferry pier. Moving and surrounding the side of RAF Blue, but Diepick and Psycho already knocked now. Omond, the only one alive, as Danny also falls. Marceau now taking down Danny. Brox onto Diepick. They lose to Omond, the only one alive. They're trying to find up against 3 members of the side of RAF Blue right now. Going to be hard to jump out. Omond has the angle, trying to first down onto one of them here. does find a knock up on to Rafale there. Makes it now onto his 2 versus 1. Can Oman pull this entire squad fight and rescue Psycho in time? Trying to first down onto Rafale. They do find it.
Days.
CPX Legends there on the side of the western edge of the zone. They're just going to completely ignore that fight. The side of Psycho does go down. No more now the only survivor against Marceau and Brooks.
I said at least someone killed Omond in the Discord for the last game. Omond said that's a bit harsh, but it's a compliment, you know?
It just means you're so good in, well, we'll see if Omon gets killed again. Or whether Omon can wipe out and pull a Vish, basically, against the side of RAF Blue.
Omon could wipe out ZPX right now. If Omon goes to the edge of this pier for this boat, which I highly advise, if you can hear me with my godly powers there, Omond, you might find this boat at the edge of Ferry Pier. It's quite a rare spawn. It's not always there.
You might find 4 members of ZPX just lined up in the water there as well.
That's what I'm saying, pal. That's where I was going.
I mean, if there's ever a juicy kill feed, not quite as good as these cars running into the bridge for the side of Fallen Angels, but juicy enough on the side of Z Paradox. But as I say, Fallen Angels, we lose 1 there as Wisdom falls down.
Looks like Omon might be swimming the whole way across. Omon, there's a boat there, bro. Alright, Omon's going for the swim. Does look like looks quite likely that Z Paradox might find the boat even.
Perhaps it might, and now Omond might be the one in danger there, and actually looking straight in the direction of Omond. Omond has to be very careful right now in this water. The rock advantage on the ground here, going for the side of Z Paradox.
Oh my days, they're not, are they? They're still swimming. Right, now Omon can get the boat, catch up, switch seat, and finish them all off.
Just drive over them.
Why didn't they? No, you actually can't kill people with the motor. You should be able to chop them into little pieces of sushi.
That's so disappointing. I'm disappointed. I wanted to see some calamari.
I know, mate.
Today.
Yeah, too nice.
We did see on the bridge there as well, Marceau going to escape, but not before paying the life of Brooks there. A little bit of a death, just a suicide, unfortunately, into the side of Fallen Angels. Allows Marceau to cross over.
Also worth noting that the Young Guns have made their way to Central Zone in one of the most OP positions in this circle right now with the high ground. As long as they're watching their flank, they can hold that position down for quite a while. And here we go. I'm staying with Omon because I want to see this. If Omon has seen Z Paradox or does see Z Paradox, he can easily just switch seat. But first he's got to do a 16-point turn because these boats don't have a very good turning circle. And hopefully make it out. There we are. Spam left and go boost. Right, now...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're about to drive over Z Paradox. Come on, Omond.
Turn them into sashimi, mate. Bit of sushi there, bit of human meat. Chop them up with the motor. But I honestly don't know if Omon hasn't even seen.
How do they not see them?
Because they went down. They held their breath.
Omond, what have you done?
Omon had no idea.
Here. Fight them on the beaches, as Churchill once said.
Oh, does he know? I'm really not sure if he knows or not.
Surely he's got to know right now.
He's looking around, but he might not have seen them.
An entire squad of ZPX right now, crossing over the water, all in full stealth mode against Omond. The victorious team here. Anna actually is drowning in the water right now because it can't go up against Omond. And here comes another Teemo across here. Actually, as Fallen Angels make another boat crossing towards the more eastern side of this, the western side of this zone. A little bit confusing here in the directions, but it seems crossing over and going to be fighting soon enough.
Fallen Angels actually making their way over towards Omond a little bit. Looks like they've swam across too, which is very interesting. After holding down the bridge themselves, they were scared of being pinned on the other side.
Yeah, we did have the side of RPG T2 there on the other side. Omon did manage to find 1 kill, but not before being taken down by the best name in this match, if I do say so myself. I snipe, you carry.
You carry. I snipe, you carry. Cry.
Oh, I would say carry.
I need...
At least I need carried. I mean, I'm a professional bot killer, if I do
Mate,
say so
I'm happy
myself.
to carry you a chicken any day. Just give me a shout.
Oh, you've tried that before. It really doesn't work. I've seen you put a team of good people together, and I still die. Leon, it's happened before. Trust me.
Oh, my
I'm a
days.
special kind of carry.
Sorry, bro, to interrupt you there, but yeah. Penetrate have just found themselves in AWM. I wonder if I think Skeleton might take that.
Oh, I want to see the AWM all
Oh.
day, Bigfoot.
Who's
As
gonna
we
take
see
that?
now 10 teams in this second game. We're down to this final 10 to 21 minutes into the game. In this zone, looking for that southwesterly side of Sovnovka.
Omon's looking for them. He must have known. He's searching. He
Is
can't
no one
find
still
them.
not find them? Surely
Can't
not.
find them. He's actually overtaken them. They might have to retrace their steps even.
This is the most stealthy water crossing I've ever seen in PUBG so far by the side of ZPX Legends. And I wanted to also talk about, as this zone closes in on the western side, the height advantage of these teams. The likes of actually Penn Young Guns having this hill advantage. You're going to have to come down a little bit, unfortunately, is that zone. I just say that shifts down, but the high ground on this southern side as well, GOG Tartarus, one of these teams that are going to want to try get these points in these games under wraps for the second and third game. They've still got their full squad here, so they're looking better than they did on Miramar.
Yeah, it's looking like Penn Young Guns have a good squad that have been formed up. King as well with them. I'm not sure King's age. I think he might be older than the rest. I might be wrong. This might all be the youth in our clan, but they're doing really good for themselves. Maybe they're going to make it into the second place again, but they're making that rotation now nice and early, which as you can see is a good shout, because if you make that rotation from the edge early, players that are coming into the edge like Fallen Angels can't stab you as you do it, or you could even argue the opposite and say they should stay at the edge to pin players like Fallen Angels, but getting into fights at the edge of zone is less productive towards your chicken dinner than getting to the center of zone.
Yeah, definitely have to agree here, and we see actually Incognito Blue, Equebashet, trying to put a couple shots into Youngbloods. Youngbloods, this team in second position. In Miramar, they're going to be looking for that second position, or even the first position if they can, if possible, in this second game. But Incognito Blue currently pinning them down in this small building right now, putting a stop to that. This crate drop going to now drop into the game. A Groza there, and an Adrenaline as well as helmet and vest going to be available to whichever team can grab that drop up there. Vidmer finding one onto Skeleton.
King does take Grizzly down, so that AWM coming in handy.
A little bit of a bad position, unfortunately. I do think from Youngbloods here, they're surrounded by the Garza Grease, they're surrounded by Fallen Angels, they're surrounded by Incognito Blue, about to be surrounded also by Team Incognito there coming from the north side. Actually, Omond on this other side might have a fight on his hands as a side, or it will be RPG come in, and Omond takes a double kill. Can he find Moose? He does find a kill! Omond, you beast of a player! Eliminates and deletes the side of RPG T2 from the game in 9th position.
Oh my god, Oman, mate, stop it. I missed that on the big screen. I didn't see it. It was on the stream. I had the camera on Omond on the small screen. I didn't see it, but wow. Stop it. Stop it. Nice to see Gods of Greece with their full squad right now, but they do have 0 kills, so they're not really going for the hunting tactic like SAS do. They're more just really focused on placement and consistent placement right now. August does actually go down there from Wisdom from Fallen Angels as I say that. Hopefully they can get some knocks back here. Zeus running around the back for cover, going to smoke up and hopefully get that rev in. We'll have to jump back to that. That was an accident leaving. Oof.
Yeah, does look like Chicken first down the side of Synchro there. Team Incognito struggling as they move down from this open hill right now, away from that zone as it closes in around one remaining member here to the side of Team Incognito. Is actually, I mistake myself here as Anoret still is alive, but far away they are separated. So still 1-1 split right now. Zed Paradox's niche also coming down from that northern side as well, but down in this side outside the zone here and the west of this zone, we see all these teams just crowded together, and we're gonna drop down very, very quickly, imagine, as this zone kind of eats these teams up. A phase 5 zone right now, Bigfoot, so it's nothing to scuff about in this 1 minute where it starts restricting the play area.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky, and we can see Penetrate Young Guns. They've lost their vehicles, so they're trapped in this building on foot for now. It's going to be tricky for them to make this rotation. They won't have enough smokes to take them all the way to zone, so they've just actually really got to be lucky, to be honest, and be able to outshoot anyone that shoots down on them as they make this rotation. And maybe even, like I said, lucky, maybe just hope that the other teams are a bit distracted, focused on other angles. Not sure where King's going right now, but will get taken down by Lucifer there, who's actually currently solo, considering Anoret is knocked out as well. King does get finished off, so that is an AWM for Lucifer if they want it. Looking at the zone shift, we can see Vish pretty comfortable on the edge there. Gods of Greece making their rotation now. Gods of Greece gonna stop on this south side. Vish is on the southeast, Incognito in the center, and all the other teams in the northwest, considering they've all came from the mostly the west bridge right now, and there's going to be a lot of congestion coming into the zone on that side.
Interestingly, Omon does successfully make it into the zone here now. But as I say, they've just managed to get it into the zone. That zone shifts once again, and now comes Omon trying to find a couple kills first down Litoms, but in the open zone, not going to be able to pull it off, unfortunately. Just too far gone at that point with the zone closing in. Chicken's going to secure that kill, delete SAS in 8th position. So SAS having a little bit of an unfortunate night right now, going down in 8th position in this second game. But in that northern side, here comes the kills. I do imagine as Youngbloods take down Nish there, Skeleton getting back kill on the board. The first kill for Youngbloods in this second game.
Vish has made it in as well. Vish is actually in zone for the next little second. Oh, does get naded by Overshas there after all of that. Vishas, sorry. Chicken's going down there as well. A lot of chaos in this last zone, but that is Vish there in 5th place, I think, with I think it was 5 or 6 kills. Not too bad, to say the least, for a solo to make it that far. Omon was out in 8th, actually, and now we're down to 3 teams. Gods of Greece taking some knocks. Incognito across the way on mostly full health. Fallen Angels also taking some knocks under a lot of pressure. Who has the vehicles? Who has the smokes? And who has the zone? It looks like Incognito have the zone. It looks like Gods of Greece might be running out of smokes by the looks of it. Fallen Angels too, possibly going to run out of smoke soon as Wisdom starts to bleed out.
Yeah, and the side of Diablo, the only one alive here, actually does revive our chickens, makes it now 2. Wisdom's going to be the next on the list to try bring back up. But they're on 13 kills. They want to make sure they get the second chicken dinner. It's going to be a massive surge into the first position in this results board tonight if they can get a second chicken dinner on board here. But Incognito Blue, they've got something else to say about this. Is Guard and their squad going to try wipe out the side of Gods of Greece and also Fallen Angels? 2 teams that are going to be very difficult to do so, but we do have, as you say, that zone advantage. They have to stop the side of Chickens and also Fallen Angels. They're moving into this zone because we're about to close in and manage to secure themselves back into safety of this play area. Chickens also finding a little bit of damage onto the side of Incognito Blue. Guard almost falling down.
The Gods of Greece, they weren't as far out of smokes as I thought they were, as Vidma takes down Wisdom from afar. Zeus now running in, most of Gods of Greece bleeding out. Zeus is going to go down to zone 2. I think you're not going to get that first aid kit in there, bud. What about Argus? Argus running, but it's not going to make it in this zone. It's going to be impossible. Gods of Greece will go out in 3rd place with no kills, but at least they get some placement points to add to this league. There we are, Gods of Greece out.
Yeah, down in 3rd position, Gods of Greece Tartarus now all up to Diablo and Chickens. Diablo being shot down by the side of Incognito Blue from his high ground advantage. The zone advantage also in favor of the side of Incognito here, but they're reviving Guard. 3 seconds and that revive Grizzly low. It could be a position for Chickens and Diablo to try take down the side of Incognito while they're struggling here in the smokes. Grizzly perhaps a little bit out of healing right now as they are still very, very low, or choosing not to heal, which I do believe is a little bit of a mistake. Should heal, but is going to be knocked down as well. And here we go, back down to 2 members. A 2-on-2 here. Bigfoot is guard, wipes out chickens here. Down on the knock. Diablo, the only one alive. Can Diablo pull it off? They're coming round to try finish him off here. Trying to spray down Bidmer, but missing round smokes here. It's just so hard to see anyone. Diablo also feeling a little bit of the pressure here. Trying to find one knock. Can he find a second? Diablo's so low. Oh man, but it goes over to the side of Incognito.
And that will be with a total of 9 kills. Incognito, Fallen Angels there with 15 in second place. Gods of Greece, like we said, third, no kills. Incognito 2 in fourth place. Penetrate, Young Guns 1 fifth. Penetrate Menace, Vish, Boydie and Murdoch there with 5 kills in 6th place. Vish carrying that team forward from from an early knockout to a high finish there. Zed Paradox 1 kill, 7th place. SAS 9 kills in 8th. So it's going to hold them back a little bit. Some teams really starting to get these placement points and kill points ahead of them. Maybe they're not off to this flying start we thought, but maybe third match they'll put it back. We'll have to see how it goes. RPG there in 9th place with 2 kills, level 1, 0 kills in 10th place.
Yeah, interestingly enough, however, we do see one team surging ahead. And despite Fallen Angels not getting at chicken dinner, they were very close to doing it there. Almost managed to find the knocks that they needed. The health bars on one member not going to be enough versus a 2, but they do secure themselves 15 kills in that second game, as well as the 14 points. So still 29 points going to go over on that Wrangle matchup to Fallen Angels, as well as the side of Team Incognito. They're going to boost themselves up here as well with a really nice and healthy 9 kills, also going to put them up to 29 points. So a draw in terms of points between these first 2 teams.
Interesting stuff to start off the first 2 games, and good maths there, buddy. Thanks for that.
I try my hardest.
And also, just skipping through the last few teams, we have Gen, no kills. I think I might have said that. Lionhearts, 1 kill, 14th. AMZ, Animals, 8 kills in 15th place. High kill count considering the late finish there. Zed Paradox, no kills, 16th. And Penetrate, no kills, 17th. That horrible clash there with SAS early on.
Yeah, it's going to be also in third position. Gods of Greece there. They do secure themselves third, but with 0 kills, it's not going to put them high up to in this leaderboard between these top teams. They didn't finish with a great result in the first game on Miramar, and securing only those, I believe, 10 points in third position. They're not going to be able to push themselves anywhere close to the scores, which the side of Fallen Angels, the side of Incognito have been pushing out, as well as the side of even SAS with the amount of kills they've been getting between the first and the second game and their placements.
I can probably load up a few clips, but I forgot in the latter half of the game it got too exciting. It's honestly, you know what? One thing I think I'm missing in this stream job right now is someone to run my chat for me, because it often distracts me. Looking at the chat as well, if I could just maybe get someone from Penetrate to be online for the entire Clan Wars, anyone who's not playing or something, just chatting back to people, answering any questions and stuff, could be a little bit interesting. But it's also just how exciting it got, man. I focus on so many things. I've got 2 screens, I'm talking, and then I've also got to clip it. It's just so hard to keep track of.
It's a lot to keep track of, and you know, eventually we may just get to the point where you've got people doing that for you. The camera, the clips, everything.
One day, yeah, but it'll always be grassroots at the same time. There'll always be this element of doing it myself.
Exactly. Got to do it yourself to prove that you can do it before someone does it for you.
Yeah, it might get to the point where my streaming is just my gameplay and my commentating is at actual events. If I'm lucky, that could be interesting. I would love to get back into gameplay streaming and just get back into playing the game more.
Just do both.
I will, yeah. I'm just waiting on some. I have no money right now, so I'm just waiting on being able to sell a couple things and buying the next sound card. And then when my new sound card comes in, I can finally get the audio fixed. That's why I haven't been streaming. I think there's a couple clips from the last one. Sorry. No,
don't worry about it. Yeah, it looks like Devious inviting me to a team. I don't think you want me on your team, Devious.
No, that's the room, buddy.
Oh, well, I'm being invited to the room. I was gonna say the team's not the way you want to put me because I'm not gonna pull out an Omond with a Bish. I'll assure you that much.
One day, mate, one day.
You wish. Don't think so anytime soon, man. I'll get myself into the third room in a second. Just need to wait on these codes.
Oh, that's what the Devious is inviting you to the room. That's the invite.
Well, I don't.
We missed it now.
No, I'm a bit.
Who said?
Yeah, it's disappeared now.
No, it's chill. It's chill. Someone is
Devious
spamming emojis right now. I might just mute them. It's just no, it's chill. It's chill.
It's too much.
Get it hyper. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 messages of pure emojis in the past minute and a half.
A lot of emojis. I swear, I used to have an investigation on what emojis Trevor offers because I do like myself some emojis as well. Could find myself some cheeky emojis to put into the Trovo stream.
Is Devious inviting you there? Click accept.
Oh yes, they have. Don't you worry.
There you go.
I am into the action of this third game.
Right, let's out some half-time clips. See what I got. Not many. Not too few either. Okay, let's have a little look at this and then screen share with you. So this is the.
Alright, let's have a look. See.
Just want to say this was the play of the match until Vish. Skeleton, you got overtaken.
Until Vish.
No, it was a beautiful grenade, but it only killed one person. Vish clutched 2 teams at the same time.
Yeah, interesting enough, we noticing the points here as well that the side of SAS have garnered with the 8 kills in the second game in 8th position. Their position not too much to talk about, but the 13 kills in this third place in the first game, SAS aren't looking that bad actually in terms of the placements in this leaderboard right now. Still a healthy amount of points, about over 30 points between these first 2 games. Looking around at this second game though, and this unfortunate drop for the side of Penn. Game over. The game over way too early for the side of Devious's team is the shotgunners murks down one of Penn and takes down more, as we'll see later in this clip.
Yeah, that's a naughty use of the shotgun there, but when someone's got no armor, they are just one shot with that from a certain distance, and that's what happened. I mean, this is Zed Paradox almost coming out on top of AMZ, but Katie was on such low health there, it was tricky to get the health in. Yet they go down, and there was one more player on the roof there, trying to send some shots off, but Kato also didn't take the time to heal. A little bit too keen, maybe. If Kato just was a bit more patient, it could have came out the other way.
Yeah, definitely just need to be a bit more patient now. I think it's unfortunately the damage not going to come through there from Katie. They're not able to find the 2 kills. Unfortunately, that was their downfall, the side of their Paradox there. Down in this replay here, we got a big fat map in the screen on that one. But down, we see actually the swimming. Now, the swimming, oh, there we go. It's the happening. There goes Lobby Man out the map.
Very shallow water there.
Nothing else to say about that one other than goodbye, Lobby Man. Looking around here, and here comes these teams just driving in a big mistake here from the side of Gen. They should not have came into one vehicle. They should have at least decided to slow down when they saw the shots coming in, just to allow these teams and their teammates just to drop out the car and perhaps stand a chance, pull the brakes on that vehicle, but did not do so. And FA really just take a bunch of kills, as we say, 6 kills off of that bridge in the early game, and that's what put them partly so high on the kill count.
Yeah, what a nightmare. It's really would have expected people not to be driving around in one vehicle still, but we'll have to see if these players learn and keep making the same mistake or not. They can't be doing that every time round. Crossing this bridge with people camping it on one car.
Yeah, I mean, we see SAS says we swap over to this next replay, and SAS struggling right now against the side of the enemies here, against the side of it.
Oh, he's frozen. This was too funny, man. Omond, he just drives straight past said paradox. Meanwhile, Highland Wolf's just completely frozen. Good day, mate. I won't embarrass you by leaving your pout on the stream like that. Does look like there's a little bit of tongue-in-cheek beef in the Discord about the intelligence of players, and like, you know, there's no need to be harsh about it, but it definitely isn't the smartest thing to do, driving over a bridge in one car, and I don't think they were being harsh in the Discord, just pointing it out. Zeus has a fair point though, it is a glory and victory, and that's enough. It's a community of people who don't really take scrims super seriously. We do it for fun most of the time. I do imagine that changing over the coming seasons though. With each season I reckon we'll get stronger and stronger teams. Prizes increase.
Yeah, it looks like I'm back. Don't know what really happened. My entire laptop there just froze up, so apologies there for you guys. I'll turn my screen back. Bit unfortunate there, and to the second game. Apologies once again about that, guys, but I'm back. You see my beautiful car once again, so don't you worry, guys, you're not missing any action out of the car.
Where did you drive?
Despite this action. Pardon?
Where did you drive to?
I drove a little bit nowhere. I swear, I drove to a little bit of nowhere. It's my favourite distance to travel to.
You don't have a license either then? I ain't got a driver's license.
Nope, I do not have a license, I'm afraid.
Just use the car to stream. Yes,
I do, unfortunately. But maybe one day I'll be able to drive it to the big events and the big LAN events.
Yeah, I mean, you missed one thing. I was just checking the Discord there. There's Fallen Angels being not exactly cheeky and rude, but just pointing out that it's not the most intelligent plays from some of these other teams. And I mean, they're not wrong. You can't drive over a bridge in one car when it's camped. You just like, if you're driving in separate cars.
It's true.
Separate cars is 4 different targets. You're splitting the fire up 4 ways. You're concentrating the fire one way by driving in one car, and look what happens. Your entire squad gets wiped.
Yeah, it is really unfortunate for these teams here moving in. And I want to talk quickly about this third game as well. Bigfoot, we're going into Sandhock. There's going to be a beefier, action-filled map going on. And it's going to be interesting to see how these teams fare. We've seen them on Miramar, which is more action-packed, but about the height more so, and about his team fights, positioning, and compounds. With Erangel, it's more just a basic mix of everything. A little bit of everything in that second matchup, but with Sandhawk, it's all about the aggression, all about getting these kills and the positioning on the map, because when this zone closes in, it closes in fast, and it can often close around 3 different islands, which restrict players and locks them down in certain areas of the map. So the rotation's the most important thing, in my opinion, in looking into Sandhawk.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's a good little close, right? I mean, I don't think everyone should follow the same map format. I think it's interesting how EML goes Sandhawk, Vikendi, Miramar, Erangel, and that's nice to see the reverse. Kind of, we go Miramar, Erangel, Sandhawk. Just good to mix it up, and it does change the night. the order. It changes how it flows and how people play.
Definitely does.
I love that headshot
makes
there
it
by
really
Diablo.
interesting
Sorry,
to me.
let's just go back to that.
Oh, you'll need to show me
Oh, sorry, yeah,
the
it's crashed.
replays.
Crashed, yeah. So this is out in the smoke here. Diablo randomly shooting, but does actually manage to get out the smoke and get a headshot spray, but then will be taken down.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to finish it off. Diablo just versus the 3 versus 1. I mean, we've seen 2 3 versus 1 already in the game. We almost saw a hat trick of 3 versus 1s here on Diablo, but not able to quite finish it off. They do get the 1 knock, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, Fallen Angels go down in second position. But either way, still a really good position on the leaderboard here. I do believe Fallen Angels are first on the leaderboard if we do count the results from the first and the second game. SES going to be either in third or fourth position. I don't know who could be in that second position. It could be down around the likes of even one of these Penn squads as well. Penn Young Bloods also did fairly well in that second game, but unfortunately just not able to close it out into the final zone.
Can have a double check who it was. I think it was Genesis, the first squad, this first bridge wipe.
It was a team before. No, it might have been Genesis first. It will be Genesis first with the 2 players, and then there was a full squad
RPG,
later
full squad,
on. Yeah, they came in and gifted another 4 kills straight away to the side of Fallen Angels. And allowing those 6 kills to go over to Fallen Angels was, as a repeat, again, exactly why Fallen Angels were able to tie the score, even though they finished in second place to 29 points. Because if they hadn't got those 6 kills, if they just perhaps got a couple of those, even half, they would have been down to 25, 26 points, and the side of Incognito would have won out that game overall. But even it just shows you how important these kills can be, because even finishing in second place, those 6 points down, the 6 points less that they got, made up by those 6 kills on the bridge.
Big gap in the middle of that flight path where no one jumped out. Penvish heading straight down with team. Got Genesis heading north to Mongai 2. Zed Paradox going up to Tapmock and Cow. AMZ Animals taking Paradise for themselves. Gods of Greece not going to Painan, interestingly enough. Looks like they're heading to boot camp late, but no one else is there, so that's not a problem. Lionhearts heading north. Fallen Angels heading to Camp Alpha 2 RPG there. Maybe going to get that revenge on Fallen Angels. And we'll jump down to Sami and see if SAS can be taken out again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if SAS can take down the side of Team Incognito there. Team Incognito, not the Incognito that we've seen before. If you're able to screen share, that'd be brilliant. I don't know what's happened to my phone here, so I seem to be struggling in the technological side.
Easy
Thank
peasy,
you very
mate.
much.
We're just watching Danny here, just checking him out.
Wow, top gameplay footage coming on in this game.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Danny, let's
really
go.
Exciting stuff. Go on, Danny. Just yeah, he's leaning.
Oh, the pose.
He's leaning.
Danny.
Danny's leaning.
Let's go, Danny. OP
Could he lean to the other side?
Left shoulder lean coming from Danny. I just can't believe the gameplay, the skill from Danny coming out right now in this third game on Sanhok. Unbelievable work from SAS.
What's good? I think it's maybe me. If you got DC'd and I've got landing glitch, it could be a problem with the server. So let me just jump around the map a bit. Problems elsewhere. Let me just try and get back to SAS about the chaos. There we are. Sorry about that. That's a connection issue there. No fault of my own. Incognito are still alive, I think. Yeah, everyone's still alive here. I wonder if that was Danny actually doing that, or if that was oh no. Yeah, we've still got connection issues on the main screen. On the small screen, you can see Fallen Angels wiping through Lionhearts there. There we are. Finally, Danny's moving. I don't think that was Danny. I think
Danny
that was us.
off. The shoulder lean to the movement now. Walking forward, Danny. OP stuff from SAS right now. You just see a skill of hitting that joystick button there and moving forward into the game. I mean, this excellent work. This is why SAS is dominating over these teams last season.
Yeah, no one can lean like Danny. Danny gets the bot award, whether it's his fault or not. You agree there, buddy?
Oh, definitely. Danny for sure. I'm loving Danny's moves.
I don't even think that was yeah, I don't think that was actually what was happening, but definitely the bot award goes to Danny. And someone maybe going to try and take the player of the night off Vish here. We'll see, but so far Vish with a clutch play in game 2, currently leading with it's actually the name of the actual official names of the awards is Mofo Killer and Mofo Bot. Oh, Vish is down, nightmare.
Oh, Vish, disappointment. Come on, Vish. You got to be able to do it, Vish. You got to be able to survive, Vish.
Oh, Menace down. Oh dear.
Did you say that it's all gone downhill? Only Murdoch alive. There's the time Murdoch gets knocked down by Marceau from the hillside, and there goes the side of Penn Gunners down in measly 15th position here. Only 15 teams in this final game, so we have lost a couple of teams, unfortunately, but still a number of teams and a lot of action going to be happening in this final game.
Yeah, so Fallen Angels have dominated the Northwest Island. SAS possibly dominated Sami as Incognito make their retreat. Gods of Grease happy in boot camp for now. So it does look like we'll have to stick up in the northeast here and see if Genesis can finish off Team 5, which actually, I'm really sorry, I need to check Team 5. I didn't actually know who they are tonight.
They are RAF Blue, the team that wiped SAS out in the second game.
RAF Blue, we'll sort your tags out.
RAF Purple now, boys. As Borgs fires down on all cylinders, but Nick gets that return in with a sniper, and now Borgs almost going to be taken down again. Can't quite find a shots in for Nick to get that first on to Brooks, but Marceau's still alive as well. They're down to 2 players, unfortunately. Marceau desperately with a smoke grenade here in hand as well. Gonna try find a revive onto Brooks. Throws it down, but has to be careful we don't get knocked up himself, because with only one other player alive, it could be easily done inside of RAF to fall down in 14th position. Marceau there does, as I say though, go down to Nick.
Okay, so peeking around the map, the next fight will just be the continued fight between SAS and Incognito. It looks like SAS trying to cut off Incognito's rotation around them. But yeah, it does look like one player from Incognito has made it ahead the zone. That will be Lucifer on the high ground. This could be interesting if Alexa and Lucifer can get up to the high ground. Would be interesting to see SAS taken out in past 10th place, but we'll see.
Yes, they're going to have to do work here to try a press onto the side of Team Incognito on that high ground. They're just going to try loot up. I think Lucifer try find a little bit of extra ammo, a little bit of extra healing there, as we see Lucifer get actually another med kit on hand as well against the side of SAS here. And I tell you what I'm really looking for right now from SAS is I've seen the left shoulder lean from Danny. I'm looking for the right shoulder lean from the likes of Omons. I've seen the triple kill. I want that right shoulder lean now. Come on, boys.
We're really yet to see a serious right shoulder lean inside a scrim.
Yep.
That's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said.
If someone does a dab, I'm gonna blow up.
Oh my god. Yeah, more emotes, more toxicity after kills, guys, please. I want to see more toxic celebrations of wiping squads. No one's doing emotes. Everyone's so polite and no one's very toxic.
Oh man, even if I got 1 kill, I'd be dabbing all day, boys.
What if you can kill an actual player?
and then I'll get killed myself while I'm dabbing because I'm so busy just celebrating the 1 kill that I've achieved in PUBG history. SES. I think SES unfortunately have lost Team Incognito there. They have journeyed up this hill back into the safety of the play area. And as we see these teams, however, in the northern side, we see actually it could be a little bit of a skirmish between both ZPX Elites and also RPG, the OGs here. How OG are these RPGs, though, Bigfoot? I mean, Storm, Valor just healed up, however.
I think they've been in RPG quite a long time, yeah, maybe a year or two, so that's the OG name by name, they're OG by nature.
If you say so, I will believe it. Well, we do see Decoy and Battle down.
Ant-Man going in on the aggressive push there, spraying down, doesn't even want to heal or boost. Maybe even gonna cook it longer, please, Ant-Man, don't throw that straight. Oh, my days, please cook it longer. Actually, it is going to know it. It is going to do it. It's going to do it. They RPG heard it and didn't move. Oh, my days. They stayed in the same spot when those nades came in. And that's why I asked Ant-Man to cook it. I thought, you know, they're going to hear that and make a little rotation around that rock, but they just stood there. Maybe the gunfire blocked the sound of the nade, but either way, Dead Paradox with a squad wipe there on RPG.
Yeah, just explode into 4 colourful glowing boxes. There's a side of ZPX now. Take that loot and move on into zone. Inside the boot camp, actually, interestingly enough, boot camp and Paradise Resort, neither of those areas contested on the map, and not often we get to see that. Even Painan, quite quiet. It's these small compounds on the edge of the south and north sides. Bigfoot, they have been busy.
Yeah, I've been saying, see these compounds. Is Dead Paradox still outside there, heading down? No one's really chilling out too much. Maybe penetrate young guns are just going to chill in that cave area, waiting to see where the zone comes. And because there's no one behind them, they can edge in pretty safe without the flank. Right now, penetrate, game over, heading towards Incognito.
Yeah, we see here as well, actually, the penetrate game over, as we see Tarzan making that rotation over towards the side of Alexa and Lucifer. SAS still down on that southern side. The other side of the Incognito teams here, Team Incognito Blue moving across, actually just trying to find a little bit of scout across on to the area where she decided to game over, and the main team Incognito here are Tarzan and the rest of Game Over here moving around this compound, and Alexa Lucifer find himself trapped.
Tarzan movement, so good, man. Really pleasure. Watch, look at it. Can't fault it. Didn't open the door and run in. Open the door to bait. You know, slowly stepping around, having a little look inside the door.
A grenade here, just being very patient. Throws it in, forces rotation in that side there from Lucifer away from the door. So now Tarzan can potentially get in there. Grenado in response. Tarzan goes down half health. Tarzan has to be careful of also a third party here. Incognito Blue moving closer, but only going to find that kill onto Alexa, and decided Team Incognito wiped out before the blue squad here can come into this zone. They're going to have a little bit of time to heal back up, but going to be straight back into the action here as this trio squad here move into the compound and try to do to Game Over exactly what they just did to Team Incognito and trap them inside this couple of buildings.
Gods of Greece moving center to zone right now, and having a look at Zeus's movement. He's moving around, keeping an eye on all the surroundings, 360-degree views. It's really good scouting here, ahead of the rest of the squad. Trying to keep an eye out, and looks like they might settle down in this compound for a little bit, or they might keep moving. I wonder if they're going to keep playing the slow game, or they're going to start hunting. If there's any map that's easier and to hunt on, and it's definitely Sandhawk. But look, yep, there's AMZ. So we have this grudge match again. Do think there's, you know, mostly friendly, but a lot of grudge between AMZ, Gods of Greece, and SAS. The 3 top teams, they all want to be in that top spot. Rebel will bleed out there.
Zeus also being knocked out for the side of Gods of Greece, being revived. However, Mattis on the high ground, just trying to provide a little bit of cover, but can't quite find an angle to take down the rest of Gods of Greece here. Gods of Greece, they need these kills. You talked about first and third kills. They've not found any kills in the second game, despite being third place, and they neither had a good result in the first game on Miramar as well. So it's going to be important for them to get at least a number of kills here against 1 or 2 squads to allow themselves a little bit of leeway back inside of this leaderboard before we move into week 2 scrims. Fallen Angels here from the rest of this compound as well, moving in closer, but Fallen Angels with the rotations that we've seen so far, I don't expect them to be too aggressive. Wait for perhaps teams to come closer into them. That's how Fallen Angels seem to like to play it. only moving when they need to towards teams, being smart about their rotations. In rotations as well, coming from this western side, with the side of RPG and pen game over.
On a completely unrelated side note, 21st of July, we've got a date for Brute Scrims coming back. So
Oh yeah.
you're wondering when that was to join back up or to watch us cast it. It is 21st of July. It will be twice a week, and they should hopefully still be following the new format we set last time of 8 games over 2 days with a scoreboard after each game.
It's going to be super spicy. Bigfoot seeing these 2 days with 8 games here. And it's going to be really interesting to see the narrative of these teams. And this is what I really enjoy about the side of these pen scrims in these weekly formats. You're allowed to build up a narrative around these teams and not just forget about the result once the night is over. Hazy and the rest of Animals Lions trying to reposition here and being aware of these 3 squads moving in closer. We got from the northeastern side ZPX Elites, Jen, and also the side of Level 1 moving in closer. Level 1, we saw them in Sandhawk last week pull out a couple of spicy kills. Can they do it again?
AMZ choosing to run the rocks and trees like a compound. Really good. I think it's probably the best tactic in Sandhawk. Since none of these buildings are double story, there's no height on them. A lot of them are actually surrounded by higher ground. I do feel like the rock and tree compound use of Sandhawk is slightly better on this map than it would be on any other. Some spots of Vikendi it works, but Vikendi's a good mix of all the styles of maps. There is some high buildings like the church. There's also some really good rocky, bushy tree areas as well. That's why I do like Vikendi. You said you like it yourself. It just has that good mix.
Down in the southern end, we also see SES moving towards Youngbloods, who just taken out one of the side of Incognito Blue. They're down to 2 members. Youngbloods up to 1 kill now on the boards. Animal Lions, though, as I say that, now find themselves a couple of kills. And knock-ups here as these teams start to move in closer to this zone. The zone has just going to start to eat up these players in about 30 seconds. This Phase 4 zone is, we say the Phase 5, nothing to joke about. And the Phase 4 zone as well can still provide a little bit of trouble to these players because it does just do enough damage to the point where these teams have to think about getting into zone if they still are far away.
Yeah, it looks like Limited Turbo's being pinned by Kira right now. Kira sending out the grenade behind the rock. Does actually take down Limited Turbo to 1 tiny chip of hell. Kira might not be aware that it did that damage because there's no hit market in PUBG with the nades like you get in COD. But Limited Turbo, as the zone pushing in, does get the full medkit in. Now the zone catches up. We're on zone 4, not too hard to run away from or run through. Not sure what Turbo was firing out there, but now alerted anyone in the area that that's where they are. But it did look does look like Kidder is heading away to zone ahead of Limited Turbo. Little bit of a peek around there, having a spot out. Then there is Turbo about to go down. Mattas will finish it off.
Poof! Limited Turbo goes into smoke as a side of Animal Lions pick up themselves their 2nd kill in the game. SES looking like they're in trouble right now, however, as they fall down in 10th position to the side of Team Incognito Blue there. So they pick themselves up those vital kills, and unfortunately SES not had the greatest of scrims here in the first night. Got to agree, so the potential as well as the side of Fallen Angel, these 2 teams have the positioning on their side. They just need to back up these kills against these squads engaging around them.
Yeah, Penetrate doing a pretty good job of protecting themselves. There haven't been anyone taken out from game over so far here. Looks like they're defending this compound against RPG quite well. Mad CD has been taken down. I Snipe You cries on the rev. They will heal back up, but can they make it any further than this? I don't know.
Yeah, we see still this full squad of ZPX Elites making a rotation round to the side of Fallen Angels. Fallen Angels have been phenomenal so far tonight, and I would like to see them have another phenomenal game, but they've got to put in the work to do so. They've got to take down these teams now rolling into their compound. They do have the lower ground versus these teams moving in on the higher ground, but the compound's there to save themselves. the rocks and the trees, though, as you say, just so frequent in saving these players as they have to make these rotations in.
Really big fan of Gods of Greece's spot right now. Zeus there sending a spray down on Cat, almost finishing it off, but not quite. Perseus does get a shot on Ink God. Ink God will go down. Gods of Greece using this high hill position, and there's so many players outside of the zone for them right now. They got very lucky with that pop, and they're going to be able to hopefully pin Fallen Angels out. Maybe AMZ and maybe Z Paradox. A lot of potential for a lot of kills on this edge of the map right now as the zone pushes these teams in together towards Gods of Greece's high ground position, but they have even got a split. 2-2 split, Argus and Perseus over this side, Atlas and Zeus over that side, maybe even splitting out further and covering more ground. Devious has gone down in the compound though. I missed who that was in the kill feed, but it looks...
I snipe you cry.
It looks like they managed to finish them off their way.
Yeah, the play zone there doing the work. They decide of game over needed. Down to 8 teams here as we're not even 20 minutes into the game. And this is what Sandhawk is just like, this faster paced game here. As now we see the side of ZPX moving closer down into the side of game over. They actually take down Omen there. Ant-Man gonna find Bad Juicy, pick up onto 5 kills for himself. They also find Cons there as well. Ant-Man really putting in the work right now in this final game as they engage into this compound.
I just didn't even notice, but Oman just joined the stream, and that must mean that SAS have been wiped out in 8th, 9th, 10th place. There's too much going on this map for me right now.
Yeah, they go out in a 10th position in this game, if I do believe so. 10th or 9th, if I'm correct. Catnip there goes down, full side of ZPX. Ant-Man the only one up right now, but they likely will fall. The zone so close. Kata could be revived if they can just grab them. But Game Over may spot this revive and take down Ant-Man where they stand as well. Gods of Greece is very risky to save Ant-Man, but they've got no other choices. They need to make their way into this zone. Down to these 5 teams as we see a number of these squads just drop so fast. Ant-Man also having to dip in and outside of his zone just to avoid the shots from Gods of Greece, but we do find them. Ant-Man also going to go down. Catnip there. Kata the only one now alive. Gods of Greece with his high ground just going to play God against these teams as they try to ascend their way up to dethrone this final duo.
Argus and Zeus so high right now, running this high ground. I haven't seen this for a while. Last time I saw this was oh, the Groza comes out, a little bit of a bait maybe. I'm not sure what that was, Zeus, but the young guns are moving up. Zeus will go down to Skeleton. Nice. Zeus was distracted there by trying to focus on Lancelot. Didn't see Skeleton, and the spray comes out. Zeus goes down. Now it's all on Argus to keep Gods of Greece alive and in the game with more points coming in. But there's
Vidma from the higher ground as well. Incognito Blue there. Argus going to have to turn her attention. These teams rotating round here with side of Youngbloods on the low end of his hill as well as the side of Penn. But inside of Youngbloods now fall down. As I say so, we're down to 3 teams. 4 players alive. 1 for Penn, 1 for Team Incognito, 2 for the Youngbloods here. Gods of Greece out in 4th position. The Youngbloods with the man advantage, however, in these final 3 teams, the final 1v1 versus 2 matchup on the hill right now. The advantage, however, going to Incognito Blue. However, they are outside the zone. They're going to have to make that rotation down off of this hill very soon. It's in about 10 seconds that zone is going to eat the side of Vidma up. Tarzan here waiting on Vidma as well to rotate down. These players looking to try grab a couple more kills. 6 kills on the side of Penn, 3 on Incognito Blue, and 3 on the side of Youngbloods right now. If the side of Penn Game Winner can get this chicken dinner, they're going to bolster themselves up this leaderboard in this final game, and they need this especially after going out in the second game against SAS early on. Vidma gets sniped down by Tarzan. The grenade though onto Tarzan as well, and Tarzan needs to try find a way over this hill, Bigfoot, because without a couple of grenades here, actually we see going down
Ooh,
The
Lancelot
zone
baiting.
shift, however, in Tarzan's favor. Lancelot now trying to come in, but the zone shifts in towards Penn, and now decided Youngbloods have to move.
Yeah, this is a slightly older, slightly more micro based gameplay versus the wild style of the youngins as Skeleton comes running in and does go down to Tarzan's Uzi now. Tarzan has a 1v1 against Lancelot. Can he teach the children a lesson, or will they embarrass him right now? 1v1 now, it could go either way. Lancelot's moved round to the high ground and will be sprayed down by Tarzan.
Yeah, and Lancelot unfortunately not able to save the day there. Penn do a massive work in that final game. They needed that chicken dinner after going down, as I say, so early against SAS in game number 2, and it secured himself a really healthy 9 kills, doing so. 29 points now going towards the side of Penn. Game over. So a bunch of these 29 points going towards these different teams. We see the side of Youngbloods going in second position. Youngbloods have had a really good night so far as well, had consistently high placement points. Second in the first game, second in the final game. They get themselves 3 kills. So not so much in the kills, but getting themselves to high game points definitely going to push them up further on this leaderboard.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I've seen him penetrate up in these top spots, kills-wise, placement-wise. It's beautiful to see for us at the start of our own league. Penetrate there, 9 kills first place. Young Guns, 3 kills second place. Incognito, 3 kills third place. Gods of Greece finally getting a high placement with high kills. They're on 10 kills. In 4th place, Zed Paradox, Ant-Man's main squad there, was 6 in 4th place. Fallen Angels being pushed back a little bit to 9 kills 6th place. AMZ Animals there, 4 kills 7th, level 1, 1 kill 8th. RPG 0 kills 9th place. SAS 2 kills 10th, gonna hold them back a little bit. Omon did say in the chat, terrible start but still fun. With your performance last season, I'm sure you can catch up. Genesis 11th place, 3 kills. Incognito 0 kills 12th. RPG 0 13th. I forgot the name of this one again. Was it the ones with no names, Raphael? Who was that again?
What ones are we talking about?
Marceau Brooks, Raphael Bim. With no clan tag. You told me before something blue or something. Anyway.
Yeah, but they are really purple. They lie to us every time in tonight's games. Yeah, RAF blue there. So they will be down in 14th.
Sort your tags out. 3 kills, 14th place. Penetrate, Menace, Vision, Murdoch. 2 kills, 15th place. Lionhearts, 0 kills, 16th.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting night for the scoreboard, and it's going to be interesting to see who takes out on top, because it's been a mixed bag with the different games. But I think Fallen Angels, despite being pushed back, as you say, to 6th position, they have managed to pull out the first place in the first game, the second place with the highest amount of kills in the second game, drawing with the first place on points, mind you, as well. And then in the third game, getting himself those 10 kills and the 6th position will put them in that final game with the 6 points plus a 10 will be 16 in total. So they're going to be plus at least with the 29 plus the 16 is 39 plus the 45. They're going to be at least 65 points in this scoreboard for the first day here, in the first night.
Starting to get a bit dark for your car, mate. Maybe I need to make my car darker as well. I don't really know there. So can I edit this picture
Decrease the lighting, make it a little bit more moody. You gotta have the rain in the windows as well. Like we see the rain coming down here, and in the rain in the back here as well. We can see the rain on that sunroof. Not so sunny outside.
I've just taken the brightness down on my car. Now we're nice and dark. Right,
dynamic lighting.
Do you want to run through the last little few replays we got here?
Let's do it. Let's get into these replays and these left shoulder twerking right now from the side of SAS.
Did I clip that? I don't think I clipped that, but Danny gets bottom of the night either way.
Bottom of the night, definitely for sure. Going over to the side of SAS. Easy peasy.
Oh, I can't do it on there. Yeah, I can't use it.
I want to see that. We see here this side of This, unfortunately, does look like Gunu Z just had a bit of an unfortunate game in the final matchup there. Really struggled against the side of RAF blue/purple. But they do look like they fall later on, as we say, to another side of the Pen squad. Gen squad here. Pen Gen. As a Gen take down the side of RAF blue/purple. There we go. Moving on to the next replay here. And this grenade that you say could have been cooked a little bit longer. They did hear the sound of that clink clink and the boom they definitely heard is they exploded into 4 little beautiful boxes there. The smoke going to come out and ZPX going to loot that up. 13th position there for that squad.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm actually just going to skip back once more to that one. I want to show that again. I was really worried about our man's grenade here because RPG had so much space to move away from that. With the rock and the smoke, they could have easily escaped that, but they just didn't really move much, and the nades were just coming in all angles. There were more nades on the retreat, but there was a spot there, just behind that molly, where they could have avoided all those explosions. If you hear a nade land near you, move, seriously. Like, you might be moving to your death, but if you're going to be chilling still, you'll be chilling to your death.
Try. Yeah, and here comes an excellent grenade here from the side of Pen there. They moved the squad out the way and they just forced the positioning against them. Pen game over and just decide specifically on Tarzan here so well with the positioning here just to completely bait out the side of Team Incognito down into 12th position.
Really good movement. I mean, there was only 2 of them, but it just was really good movement and attack. Here's Zeus getting some sprays down on Kata. Does get the knock just before Kata almost outsprays Zeus even. But Zeus chucks... was it a smoke out? I don't know. Zeus gets the... No smoke, but Zeus gets the medikit on straight away. Doesn't hold back with that. That's a good one as well. Don't hesitate with revs and meds. Never hesitate with a rev or a med. Just get it in there.
Yeah, and the decisive gameplay is where it comes from. And unfortunately, Gods of Greece on this hill, they did get these number of kills here. Taking down Fallen Angels in that 6th position, but they also made themselves a target in that final game, and Gods of Greece falling down in, I believe, what was that 4th position there in that final game. And it was just unfortunate that they had the advantage of the high ground early on, but every single team wanted that high ground until that zone shifted, and by the time the zone shifted, they were already dead and out the game. So, but just a bit of mispositioning at the same time against not understanding that all these teams were going to be surrounding him.
Here we are back to Erangel.
Yeah, unfortunately, Erangel there.
Danny with the 1 shotgun.
Yeah, unfortunately, decided of game over, do a little bit better than SAS did in that final game. Getting himself obviously that chicken dinner. So a little bit better, but much better getting 1st place. You can't get any better on the placement point than 1st here. And also this side Katie there for the ZPX not being able to find the 2nd member that they needed to onto the side of Animals Lions, unfortunately, and that unfortunately did cost them as well. Could have backed off there with a teammate, but lose their life as well and go down earlier on in that game.
Yeah, so we're going to come full circle here. Might just let these play out a little bit, but I don't know about you, mate, but I'm exhausted. I did the team deathmatch. I've done clan wars. We're talking hours on an end here, and it's definitely time for me to go get a cup of green tea or something and chill out. Maybe play one game of Rust, maybe play a couple of games of PUBG, but definitely time to log off, buddy.
Chill for the Sunday night, as it sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm starting my new workout club tomorrow with some friends.
Ooh.
Been a bit of a lazy lockdown for me, so I'm going to catch up with them muscles and cardios. Go, let's see this. Go on, let's see this one more time. Go on, Genesis. No, was Genesis the full squad wipe? Oh, I think it was.
No, they were the duo wipe. And
no, Genesis was full. Gen was a full wipe
Genesis
there.
Was full. Oh well, there we go. Genesis with a full wipe. Boom, and out they go out of the car. I mean, that's one way to end the game if you need to go somewhere.
What about no? And I think RPG was also the full wipe.
Well, if it's even more than 6 kills, and it's looking real juicy, because there goes another feed into the side of Fallen Angels in those replays. A beautiful 2 set of kills there.
Wow.
The side of Fallen Angels on that bridge. Don't even have to move across the bridge to get the biggest amount of kills in the shortest amount of time tonight.
Yeah, that was just free 8 kills there. Completely free. Most of SES getting wiped out.
Yeah, I would like to see the team fights on SES be a little bit better. They seem to be somewhat split in this second game, 2 for 1 for 1, which allowed it easier time for the side of RAF Blue to fight. I mean, saying that though, Oman does pick up a little bit of reprieve here. Not here though, unfortunately, missing the entire squad of ZPX as just drives completely over them. No calamari for us as casters today. We're going to stay hungry. No sushi.
That's too funny. Too funny, that.
Right past them. And unfortunately for ZPX, they did actually make it onto the shore later in that game and just got wiped completely out by RPG in a rotation there. But RPG getting wiped out himself by Oman later in that game as well.
Alright, I'm going to log off. I can leave these clips running for another 5-10 minutes in case anyone tunes in. But aside from that, we'll see you tomorrow night for Sons of Odin Death Race late night and also Pro EU PMCO team scrims in the evening.
Yeah, going to be spicy one, and catch you later and catch you guys there.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.